According to CNBC, 42% of Americans have racked up more credit card during the pandemic since March 2020. While having credit card debt might seem like the only way to make ends meet for many, it is not true, and there are ways you can either prevent the debt from happening or eliminate the current debt you have. In this video, I will show you my top 4 things you should do to prevent and eliminate credit card debt once and for all. Hi there, welcome to my channel, The Foreigner in America, where I teach locals and foreigners everything related to money, personal finances, investing, and the markets. If you're someone like myself that loves money and wants to be independent and wealthier, please subscribe to this great channel and hit that bell so you're alerted every time I upload videos. I also post on Instagram and TikTok at The Foreigner in America. And I post on my blog, theforeignerinamerika.com, where I elaborate more on the inside. So having said that, let's get into topic. Credit cards were created by banks as a way to give their customers, meaning you, a way to purchase things without having the money on hand. It's a short-term loan, 30 days to be exact, where you can use the money and then pay it back. This is where people started getting crazy. They used credit cards as a means to buying things they couldn't afford or borrowing money that they could not pay back. The saddest part of this story is that banks are businesses. They generate value to investors and they need to generate EBITDA or earnings before all the good stuff. So how do they generate earnings? Well, in multiple ways, but one of them is by distributing credit cards to customers. When you take a card and pay no annual fee, then use it, pay it back in full every month, and then you get the benefits, the banks lose money. There is no way they can make money with that. But that is only a small percentage of people like me who use them wisely. Many others just get credit cards with annual fees and do not get the benefits. Others use their credit cards and forget to pay them or stop paying them for financial reasons, and that's where they make all their money. The average credit card debt in this survey of 2,000 people was $5,500. The average interest rate that banks will charge when you don't pay in full is 16%. Let me give you some numbers so you understand the amount of revenue they make. You get 100,000 customers who owe $5,500 each. That is $550 million in debt. They charge an average of 16%, which is $88 million per year. Imagine for every 100,000 customers in debt, they make around $88 million per year. So big banks have millions and millions of customers. So you get the idea. There are things I do to prevent myself into getting into debt in the first place, and things you can do to eliminate credit card debt once and for all. Let me go over them, but stay until the end because my insight will be good. So let's begin. Number 1, control your credit limit. If you don't have full control of your spending, I recommend you own 2 credit cards. One with a small credit line, let's say $2,000, and another card which you will grow year after year and have $10, $20, $50,000 credit limit if you want. You need to have a big credit limit for the sake of your credit score. Your credit score measures how much credit you have and how much you use. So you want to keep that healthy and use less than 9% of it every month. If you make $5,000 a month after taxes, you shouldn't be carrying around a $25,000 card. Why? Because it's too risky. And you could easily take it out and make a stupid purchase that you will not be able to pay back in 30 days. If your budget for your $5,000 is that you will save 20% for investing and spend 80% on your day-to-day things, then your card limit should not be over $4,000 or 80% of your income after taxes. That way, the moment you lose control and overspend, the card will lock up automatically. This will make you want to reconsider your spending and make it last for the whole 30 days. Number 2, do not pay in multiple ways. What do I mean with this? Well, if you make $5,000 a month after taxes, you use your credit card for $4,000, you better have the cash on hand to pay back in full at closing. If you start paying for one thing in cash and then another thing using your debit card, and then you also max out your limited credit card, you will not be able to pay for the card at closing. This is the most common way to start building up debt. If you want to pay cash, pay everything in cash. Hold 1 or 2 credit cards only for the sake of having them for your credit scores, and place your bills automatically to them so they get some use, and pay them in full. Make sure you reserve that cash to pay them off at closing. Number 3, tighten your belt. Mr. Ramsey here uses a phrase that I like a lot that says rice and beans. Rice and beans. What this good man refers to is the fact that if you're already in debt, you should downsize your life expenses and eliminate unnecessary spending. Pretend you're poor or a student. When you're poor, you don't buy BMWs. When you're poor, you don't take on more credit cards with bigger limits. When you are poor, you don't go eat to expensive restaurants or start ordering $10 shots at the bar. You don't do that. You do it when you have money. Well, if you want to pay off your debt, you have to pretend you're poor for 6 to 12 months. What do you eat when you're poor? Rice and beans, baby. They fill you up and probably make you gassy, but that's a different conversation. If you make $5,000 a month after taxes and you owe $25,000 on credit cards, you should first try and get the best interest rate possible. There are banks who offer you credit cards like this with no APR for 18 months, which will help you tremendously when paying off your debt. Once you know how much your monthly payment will be to pay it off in 12 to 18 months, you need to live as a peasant until it happens. Do not save, do not invest, do not spend money. Just grab your money, spend on the necessary items like basic food and housing, and put everything into the debt. What this will do is it will teach you how to be humble with money. Take care of it. Even when you're out of debt and start making even more money, you will not spend it the same way because you know how hard it is to be living out of rice and beans. Number 4, avoid monthly payments. You see, when companies want to sell you something expensive like furniture or cars or electronics, jewelry, etc., they use a technique called prolonged death. What happens if I pull out a knife and want to stab you to death? You will jump back, right? Well, that's when you're forced to pay in cash for something that is $12,000. You say, $12,000 is a lot of money. I will not do that. But if they tell you $500 a month for 24 months, things change. It doesn't sound like the stabbing knife, but it's the same $12,000. They're just giving you the knife little by little. The only monthly payment I agree you should have, not forced to, but necessary, is housing. If you rent or you have a mortgage on your house, it's okay to have monthly payments, but nothing else is acceptable. Not a TV, not a sound system, not a phone, not a watch, not a vacation. If you cannot afford to pay in cash, you cannot afford it and you shouldn't buy it. Save your money month over month until you have the amount in full. Do not think you can afford something only because you can make the payments. It doesn't work that way. Now, let me give you my foreigner insight for credit card debt. 42% of Americans are struggling with credit card debt due to the pandemic. I totally understand that. I mean, if you suffer financial hardship because of a job loss or sickness, I understand that things happen and you have to make ends meet. What I don't understand is the fact that people buy expensive cars and electronics and get into credit card debt. That's unforgivable. If you could put money somewhere and get the types of returns these guys make, like 16%, you will not be spending money. Why do you think everyone is offering a credit card today? The points and benefits are only offered to bring you in, but they expect you not to use them. If you're not in debt, follow my advice and keep out of it. Otherwise, start slow and follow the rice and beans advice. There's no debt big enough that can stand a chance against the rice and beans method. Once you're out of it, you will be a better person. Your money will be for you and only you. And you can start saving it and investing it. Take control of your life and take control of your money. Thanks a lot for watching. If you like my video, press the like button and subscribe to this great channel and hit that bell so you miss any one of my following videos for more advice on these types of topics. So have a great day and I'll see you next time.